This is the Fesley FST 350M. It's a guitar you can get on Amazon for about $150 right now with a coupon, but is it worth it? I'll cut to the chase up front, but I really implore you to watch the rest of this video for more in-depth notes on this instrument, including sound samples. So, is this guitar worth $150? Oh, absolutely. Its fit and finish is better than similarly priced guitars, and it would make a fine first instrument for somebody. I'd feel completely comfortable recommending this to a beginner. But, as you probably guessed, it's not perfect. In fact, there's one particular element of this guitar that really bothers me, and that I'm honestly a little perplexed about. So, let's get into it. Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and your vibe is just hitting today. As you already know, this is the Fesley FST 350M. It is an entry-level guitar that seems to be competing in price and performance with something like the Jackson Dinky or the slightly more expensive Kramer Striker and Charvel San Dimas lines. Disclosure, Fesley did send me this guitar to show you, but they're not paying me. They said they would, but then they said they wouldn't, so I said just send me the guitar and I'll film it if I like it. But thoughts and opinions are all mine. From specs, this is pretty similar in a lot of ways to the JS Series Jackson Dinky JS11 at a nearly identical price point. They both have 22 frets, they both have a 25.5-inch scale length, but that particular Dinky has an HH configuration and this has an HSS configuration. Also, this has a maple fretboard instead of the Dinky's amaranth. It's like a rosewood look, but it's not rosewood. One thing that bothers me is that Fesley doesn't actually list some of these kind of important specs. It doesn't even really give you the scale length in the Amazon description, though it does tell you the scale length in one of the pictures. Instead, the listing mentions the entire length of the guitar, which isn't super helpful. Getting a few things out of the way, we have one main volume and two tone controls. This is the volume up here closest to you. This tone control is for the neck and middle, and this one is for the bridge. We have a 5-way switch and a tremolo arm, and this is kind of like a Strat style tremolo. Yeah, not a lot else to say about that. So let's go ahead and hear this thing clean. I'm using the Benson Chimera plugin from Mixwave for my clean tones. Affiliate link to that and the Fesley for that matter in the video description, by the way. That's the neck. Neck middle. That's just the middle. This is the middle bridge. And just the bridge. Already you can hear that bridge is a lot louder than the other pickups. Part of that, I think, is that all the pickups ship, I don't know if you can see that very well, at about the same height, which is probably not what you want. You would probably want to do some sort of height adjustment on these pickups just so you can get a more balanced sound. But this is, I'm just showing it to you out of the box because that's how most beginners are going to play it. If you're enjoying this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's a great free way to support this channel. Let's play some other kinds of stuff. First, let's kind of hear maybe the tone roll off. I can absolutely see using the tone control on the bridge. And now, in case you were wondering, there is no push-pull on this guitar, so no splitting that bridge. Let's see if we can play something a little bit more jazzy. Missed it there. Honestly, I'm just really distracted by how big the volume difference is. All right, so let's let's talk about what I don't like about this guitar. It's honestly a pretty short list, and it's all about the fretboard. So let's get one thing straight. The fretwork is good. Rolled edges and frets seemed relatively well crowned, but the maple fretboard is dry as hell, and I'm honestly perplexed by the choice of fret wire. This feels vintage thin, and that seems totally out of place with the overall like super strat vibe of this guitar. Like I can feel my fingers on the fretboard when I'm playing, and when I bend notes or implement like a vibrato, I can feel, and for that matter hear, the strings scratching the fretboard. It's honestly a really gross feeling. Let's see if we can pick that up on. Yeah. Obviously, you're not going to hear that when you're playing amplified, but you're going to feel it, and it might really bother you. I think, you know, a little oil would go a long way for that, but the fret wire is so strange to me. I'd expect jumbo frets on any guitar that's like geared toward shredding. That's what I know, like the Jackson Dinky has. And, you know, for the record, I don't particularly expect the beginner guitarist to whom this is advertised to be able to immediately start shredding, but my concern is that the fret wire could discourage new players who are trying to learn those shred techniques. Sure, you can shred on vintage fret wire, but I don't shred at all, but I've always heard it's a lot easier on taller, wider frets. Another thing, like I already mentioned, the bridge isn't splittable. That may be an absurd thing to expect on a budget guitar, you're thinking to yourself, but I played a Gear It Telly style guitar that had a single coil split in the bridge from the humbucker. To be fair, the fit and finish on this blows the Gear It guitar out of the water, and I was pretty impressed with the Gear It guitar all around, so that's really saying a hell of a lot. But anyway, let's hear this through some gain. This time I'm going to use the Native Instruments Guitar Rig 7 plugin. Again, affiliate link in video description. Just an FYI, this plugin does have a noise gate on. And something I didn't mention before is that I worry that the low E is cut a little high. I do feel like it goes a little bit sharp when I'm fretting. Starting on the neck. Neck middle. Middle. Middle bridge, which is definitely going to be overwhelmed by the bridge. And bridge. Also, there's a Get Offset Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you get access to our exclusive Discord server. All right, let's play this guitar a little bit more. Let's try some stuff with just that tone knob on the bridge because I do think it's pretty fun. And roll down. I would love to really get under the hood on this, maybe experiment with the capacitor on that tone control because it's getting close to like a really fun kind of cocked wah sound when you really roll it back, but not quite there. And I just think that would be really fun. In general, I think this would be a fun guitar to do mods on. Yeah, eventually I can see swapping the pickups, but first you want to see how much you can get out of these. Wiring does can be a big help, but just like adjusting the height so that they're more balanced is what I think this guitar, in terms of the electronics, immediately needs most. I know I haven't really touched on the vibrato. I don't use tremolos like this, and also this one has a lot of tension. So I find it a little bit difficult to operate. I don't know how many springs are in the back here. It feels like a lot. There's 3. I can see them. I'd probably lose one, and then we would have to set everything back up. It's just a little too much tension for me to comfortably get more than a little like. But if you want to get those deep dives and you need to work up to the arm strength or whatever, you can just remove one of the springs. It shouldn't be a problem. So the long and the short of it is that this is a really good guitar for the money. I've never played a Dinky, Straker, or a San Dimas model, so I can't compare it to those. But like a lot of budget gear these days, I think most folks who buy this guitar will be very happy with it. If you enjoyed this video, please check out one of the other videos on the screen. If you like this, you'll like that too. And YouTube loves me when you keep watching other videos after this one. And if you're planning on picking up this guitar or anything else, please check out the affiliate links in the video description. When you use that link, I get a small commission and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily. Goodbye.